We are taking a look at Apple's best apps and games of 2020.
Then I'm going to bring a little sunshine into your life with a brand new Contact Manager.
Before I show you how to code.
Really? You know how to code? It's time for iOS Today. iOS Today comes to you from Twit's LastPass Studios. You're focused on security, but are your employees? LastPass can ensure they are by making access and authentication seamless, whether employees are working in the office or remotely. Visit lastpass.com/twit to learn more.
Podcasts you love.
From people you trust. This is Twit.
This episode of iOS Today is brought to you by Mint Mobile. For a limited time, buy any 3-month Mint Mobile plan and get 3 more months free by going to mintmobile.com/iOS. Hello, everybody. Welcome to iOS Today. On this side, I am Leo Laporte.
And in this corner, it's Mikah, the FICA Sergeant.
Are you a fig tree? A little ficus benjamina?
And a partridge in a ficus tree.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to iOS Today, the show where we talk about the iPhone, the iPad, the Apple Watch, the Apple TV, which we were going to get a new one today and didn't so far anyway. Ta-da! This is one of the last shows of the year. We're winding up 2020.
It is.
Hard to believe.
And look at you over there, so festive. I've got my tree in the background as well.
I've festooned you with holly branches and berries. I've put up
I'm surrounded on all sides.
The fake poinsettias are up. I even have a little sign that has my name backwards, Leon. And and all of this to celebrate the season. It's Festivus.
Season of joy, giving, and apps.
Yes, and staying home and keeping your mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're going to celebrate Apple's best apps and games of 2020. Now, we did not so long ago, it seems, the Apple Design Awards. This is not that. What is
Correct,
this?
yes. Because the Apple Design Awards, those celebrate developers using the tools that Apple makes available, the features that Apple makes available, whereas the best apps and games of 2020 are the games and apps that were not just popular, because as you will come to find out, some of these may not be ones you've ever heard of, but ones that, as Apple says, inspired us to learn and create, to help us connect and find new ways to feel close.
How wonderful.
They reminded us to take care of ourselves, and they helped us exhale and have some fun. These are... and also, these developers received a beautiful blue recycled aluminum designed
Pepsi can
award.
Oh.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a Pepsi can. A Pepsi can in color, but not in shape. It is the App Award that they've handed out this year.
Very nice of them. Very generous, Apple. Of course, it's not really generous because this is all going to prod a lot of sales. Although some of these are free, which is nice. A good number of them are. Not the first one, however. The first one is expensive, actually. The iPhone App of the Year. Why don't you take that one, Mr. Mikah?
I would love to talk about the iPhone App of the Year. This one is called Wakeout, and it is
Wait a minute, let me guess. Is it a snowboarding app?
It's a snowboarding and surfboarding app.
It is.
Called Wakeout. No, it is not. It is a workout app.
Oh, get it. Instead of workout, it's Wakeout.
Wakeout. I don't know why it's called that, I have to be honest with you, but I used this morning as I was getting in gear. I typically, when I wake up, I like to listen to a song and dance around, but I tried out this app instead because it's got these fun little workouts built into it.
It's so generous of Apple to give them an award 2 days before Fitness Plus comes out and puts them out of business. Don't you think?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And interestingly, this is an app, one of the first apps that I've seen that features an app clip, which I wouldn't be surprised had some role to play in this because
nobody's doing it.
We haven't seen any app clips,
No.
but I could share a workout with my partner, for example, if there was one that I really liked. But here's what makes this app unique. This is an app that lets you exercise no matter where you are.
I do like that.
So, for example, exactly, because you are probably sitting at your desk for a certain period of the day. So here's home wakeouts, they call them. There's some for the bedroom, some for the kitchen, the living room advanced, and it even teaches you how to do a foot massage. But let's do a sitting exercise. Okay, so what kind of sitting exercise do I want to do? I want to do one that is fun. And I want it to last 30 seconds as opposed to a short routine or a long routine. I tap next, and then I tap start. Then the app is going to show me these different exercises.
Wait a minute, that's the exercise? Okay, let me do it with you.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
round and round.
That's it? That's the whole exercise?
This is the first one, and this is, you're wanting to do as many as you possibly
productivity machine. I guess it's an exercise. And they time
Yeah,
you.
if you exactly, you're trying to get in as many as you possibly can in that period of time, and so it does start to warm you up. Now you got to take a second.
That
to
was
break.
our warm up.
That's nice.
That was our warm up. Okay, we're warmed
All right,
up. Yeah.
and then we tap next. And then we tap Wakeout again. So now let's do one that is energizing. I'm going to do a short routine, and we won't necessarily do all of these, but
Okay.
here we go. So
Oh, wow.
let's do.
That's the chairlift.
Which one do we want to do?
We call that baby shark. We call that.
Let's do this one.
This one. Okay.
All right. So
It's harder
now try
to
to
do
do
it
as
on a
many as
ball.
you can. Yeah, I bet it is. These are Y leg raises. But see, the good thing about this is you can do this at your desk, whether you're at home
This is good.
or you do go into the office
is good.
and you're wearing a mask.
This is good. I have the
All right, almost
thighs-
done with the Y leg
the
raises.
thighs of an old man. Oh, wait a minute. She's going out. I didn't see that. Oh, okay. So you're going like, it's like jumping jacks without doing anything.
Now you have to hold your knees up this time.
Okay, that's enough.
This is like planking, but vertical. Yeah.
Just hold them for 28 seconds? 30 seconds?
Yeah, you just have to hold them up. Ooh, which of course is going to strengthen your core. I'm getting a little sweaty, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
This
These are good
this app
because
is
you can
pretty
do
cool.
it at work.
Exactly.
I like that,
And
yeah.
I like that, it makes it creative and fun that you can do them, not even just at work, but like I said, there are some exercises for, where was it? The kitchen. So they even showed one there. I'm going to just show an example of one. The skillet hold, for example, the skillet sachet, the reverse microwave check. See, they're kind of goofy.
This is cute.
Yeah.
This makes you want to work out.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that I downloaded this app.
Winded. You want to take a break?
This app. I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't do enough exercise. I downloaded this app thinking, this is goofy. This is not really. And then this morning, I was having so much fun doing these
It is
different
fun.
exercises.
You know what? Those are cute.
And so it made sense.
Yeah.
So the reason that Apple gave it the award, they've got the why we love it for each one. So for this one, it was it helped us find the time and the will to keep moving with easy
will.
exercises that made the most of life at home.
I have the will.
It also syncs with Apple Health, which is nice, so that you can make sure that you're getting your active energy, and it can pull in that information and figure out kind of what fitness level you're at and help suggest exercises that you should do based on that.
That's
super. That is Wakeout.
Wakeout. Wakeout.
What about a game? You got
you
a
wanna do a game
for us, Leo?
Sure.
Let's do a game.
Sure,
How about
Mikey.
the iPhone game of the year?
Something now that we've worked out that we could just relax a little bit. Holy cow. Genshin Impact.
What'd you say?
Genshin Impact. So this is a little kind of a Japanese, kind of a thing from MiHoYo. MiHoYo. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact. You ready to play? Let's turn on the sound.
I'm ready.
Welcome,
And Apple
Leo.
says, this open world RPG freed gamers to explore a massive realm.
It is massive.
With life,
It's
with cutting edge visual
when you
effects.
first start it, when you first get it, it says checking for updates and downloads like a gigabyte worth of stuff.
Oh my.
Yeah. Let me, am I on the, it feels like I'm on the, no, I guess not. I was just getting a full screen. Let me join the Apple TV.
Apple TV.
The one that we didn't get a new one of. All right. Right?
Somebody's salty.
Now you can hear it. All right. That's what we wanted. Wearing headphones may improve your gaming experience. Well, if you say so.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
That's what
This
I'm trying
feels
to say.
very anime.
Yeah. That's
But when
the
you
kids like
wanted
that.
to leave and go on to the next
You
world,
just look how they look, you know.
your path was blocked by some unknown god?
What? I hate it when that happens.
Outlanders.
Fire God's always blocking my
Your
path.
journey ends here.
Wow, especially a god in a skimpy outfit, right? Don't you love that?
Who are you?
With giant
Sustainer
eyes.
of heavenly principles. The irrigation of mankind
What?
ends now.
Irrigation? They've been irrigating us? What? This is the translation of this was done by a Harvard graduate, clearly. So, yeah, you know, if you like RPGs, role-playing games, this is very Nintendo almost, you know, that you might feel like, select a twin. Which twin should I be? I get to be, shall I be the guy? Yeah. My name shall be Leosiphus.
I like it.
I always try to come up with new and exciting. It came up Leosuhus. I think it's that's the Chinese version, I guess. I don't know. That's really it. Leosuhus. Probably means golden dragon. Uh-oh, look. Umi's turned into little blocks, little bricks that are flying off into space.
She's been pixelated.
Guess what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to collect all those bricks and put her back together. Wow. Now they've brought in the chorus from a Wagner opera. You know, you're getting my reflections, aren't you?
A little bit. What? No!
I want my
Give my
sister
sister back.
No, those aren't my reflections.
Leosafina.
And just like that, God took away
Just
my
like
sister.
that. I hate it
Some
when that
kind
happens.
of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power.
What?
So while we used to travel from world to world, we are now trapped here.
It's still loading, notice. That's what that thing at the bottom is. This is giant. Ginormous.
How many years ago was it? I don't know.
I don't care. I mean, I
But
don't
I intend
know.
to find out.
That's the
When I
problem
woke,
with this.
I was all
It's
alone
not my kind
until I
of...
met
The
you 2
cutscenes
months
are
ago.
too much.
I can't get
Yeah,
out of them
Paimon
either.
really owes you for that. Otherwise, I likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great guy.
Yeah, this feels like a Netflix anime.
Is it
We should head
is it for
out.
kids?
Let's
No.
get going.
It's Final Fantasy. I wouldn't
It's
say
really
it's for
Final
kids.
Fantasy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Very much like that. So, and the other problem I have is, you know, while you could see all of the gestures, which is nice, it's still, you know, you kind of have to press in this corner to move and then press the other corner to do stuff. And okay, let's follow the spirit into town. It's nicely
Wait,
done.
is this Zelda?
It looks a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
what
you're following
What
a-
was that?
Hey,
let's go back
listen.
let's go back and see what that. What is that? Is that a blob following
I
me?
think that's an enemy, yeah.
I'm flying. Come on, come back
Yeah,
here.
this feels very much
Zelda.
like your Link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird egg. I got a bird egg. Well, thank
Oh,
you.
nice. I didn't realize that was a bird.
It was a blob.
I like how your sword just floats behind you. I wish my phone would do that.
Oh, it's gone. Now what? Well, hello, climbing a rock. Hello. When near the teleport waypoint, press the interact button to unlock it. Okay.
This is probably a controller-supported game.
Of course. In fact, I should have brought my controller in. Yeah. Open the world map, select an unlock teleport waypoint so I can quickly come and go to this. But I've only unlocked one, so I won't be going anywhere. Follow the mini map to your destination. Tap to open the world map.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
in Starfell
Yeah, this is
Valley.
actually, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, given the
because
si-
this
yeah.
feels
And, you know,
Yeah,
I'm
this
not
feels like a
crazy
game
about
that could be on a
the presentation, but
console.
you know, because
It's not my type of game.
Not my type
for
of game,
sure,
but oop, is that a bad thing? Do you think I should fight that?
Oh yeah, it looks like what is that? Like a badger or something?
Badger. Snake.
Mushroom.
Badger. Oh, I'm following her. Anyway, do I need to do more? Wait a minute. Hello.
No, I think
Here, guess we'll just have to climb.
Okay.
Guess we'll just have to climb.
You can do that. I can't do that.
It's time to recover.
Oh God, that was just. I want to hit her.
Okay, let's take the rope. We're off.
Why, Leo? Do you hate my high-pitched voice?
Which of the 7
Come over here, Leosaphus.
Wait a minute. There's little glowing. Are these the cubes? Or are they they're just
those-
apples.
Those look like fruit.
Sunsettias.
Yeah.
Sunsettias. So now I won't go hungry. Should I pick some sunsettias? Pick a sunsettia.
If you can you shake the tree maybe?
Sunsettia. I want some more
wow. You
sunsettia.
pull it right out of the tree.
Sunsettia, by the way, delicious with fried fairy. So I just think you should get a few. You never know. Yeah.
Poached sunsettia and fried
poached sunsettia
fairy.
and oh, butterfly. Let's get that. Oh, I lost it. You got to get it when you can. Let's go.
Get the butterfly while it's hot.
Catch the butterfly while they're hot.
Interesting that the fairy's sort of making some one of those constellations as it flies.
Yeah, mint. I just gathered some mint. Clearly, I'm making a fairy.
Oh, you can make
fairy
it potions
fairy
and stuff, I
potion,
bet.
or maybe just fairy casserole recipe. I don't know. Anyway, there it is. That is called Genshin Impact, and as much fun as we've made of it, it actually is. You're right. If you like Zelda, very much like that, you'll love it. And there's a big world. There's lots of things to do. It's actually kind of a little bit like another game we're going to show. It's not my cup of tea, but I like a little more action. But there's certainly people who love RPGs, and if you do, what's nice is this is, and I'm actually kind of surprised Apple gave them a prize because it's free with in-app purchase. So I'm figuring that I'm going to have to collect a lot of Starshen fruit to pay for this game over time.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact. Now,
Genshin Impact.
It's interesting that Apple chose what essentially they've been trying to compete with for a long time. In a way, this shows them some editorial independence for our next Apple App of the Year.
Yes, the iPad app of the year is everyone's favorite. It's Zoom.
Not FaceTime.
Apple says, not FaceTime,
Not
no.
FaceTime.
It says, with incredible ease of use and rock-solid reliability, Zoom went from business conferencing app to where life just happens. And I have to say, that is partially the truth, that many people are using Zoom not just for work stuff, but also for personal stuff. And when way back when my sister announced her pregnancy and did a very safe sex reveal for her child. There was no fire involved or anything like that. I temporarily subscribed to Zoom so that we could set up this whole Zoom call where people could tune in.
Nice.
And so we had, the camera set up and the iPad set up and all this stuff, and everybody was able to tune in and watch it, and it just worked. It was
here's
easy.
the
Everybody
question.
could go to the link and it just worked.
Can you ever just
What's that?
temporarily subscribe to Zoom? Did you just buy it for like 1 minute and then put it back on the shelf?
No, I just paid for a month. It's $7.99 a month or something like
so you
that.
could
I
just
paid
do
for
a
a month
month.
and then canceled.
Yeah, maybe I'm cheap.
Yeah.
I just bought the whole year figuring that it'd be cheaper, but now
I only
sounds like
needed it for that one
cost me
event.
more.
So.
I think it was like
Yeah.
$140 for the year. No, I mean this is
If you don't use it,
this is the big
a lot,
winner.
then-
This is the big winner of COVID-19. They made a lot of money. I think good on Apple for not picking their own tool, which really isn't widely used for that particular kind of thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that it goes farther. One of the things that I've had friends tell me they use it for, see this little share screen button here, tech support.
Right.
Mobile tech support, to be able to help a family member figure out what they needed to do on their device using that share screen button was very helpful. I think it was just just Tech News Weekly where we were talking to, I can't remember now who it was, but anyway, they said, in my weekly Zoom call with my family. And then I've got Dan Morin, who's my co-host on Clockwise, also said the same thing, that he has a weekly Zoom call with his family. And so a lot of people use it to connect and stay in touch. It's easy and it's great.
I set up a Jitsi server, which is the open source alternative, try to get my family to use it. No one can figure it out. Zoom really is the default. Everybody knows how to use it by now, and it is the default. So, and they have, to their credit, the reason way back when I set up a Jitsi server is because Zoom, seemed to be fooling around a little bit with this encrypted thing, like they really weren't encrypted, even though they said they were and stuff like that. And they've really solved all of those issues. So we use Zoom a lot. As well. We use Google Meet a lot in the company, right? We have Slack, so we do a lot of Slack phone calls. But I think when we talk to the outside world, they expect Zoom, so we use Zoom. And it's fine.
Yep.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
I use it every week we use it for Dungeons and Dragons. That's the app that we use to connect with one another. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Is
Are you
Zoom.
ready to take a visit
easy.
to Runeterra?
Runeterra? I am, Leo.
Runeterra. Wider than
there's
a
no
mile.
point in
this is going to look a little
going
familiar.
on about Zoom.
Now, you recognize the name Riot Games. Oh, estimated update size 556 megabytes. They wish they'd told me that last night when I installed this. All right. This is going to look a little familiar because it's from the folks who do League of Legends. It's a card game. Despite the appearances.
Oh, it's okay.
Despite the appearances, it's a card game. And if you've ever played any of these games, there are a lot of them. The idea is you build a deck, you fight one another. Oh, I like Brown. He's good.
Poros, what are you going to do? Cuddle me to death?
Okay.
Cuddle me to death.
The mighty Poro is a follower. Unlike champions, followers cannot level up. But I am
Even mighty Poro
just like in real
is a
life.
mighty friend.
like bro. Oh, I'm still, I guess, in the tutorial. I thought I was well past that. Level up. He will level up when he's blocked an enemy. See, he has 0 for attack and 6 for block, or maybe it's the other way around. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to put him.
I am follower. I cannot level up.
Follow.
I will still defeat you.
So now he's building his deck. He's going to attack me.
Carve a path.
Says Darius. My Nexus, they're going after that. That's the Nexus. It has 5 health. So does his.
Always go after the Nexus,
Yep.
darn it.
Oh, they're always.
Stand behind Brom.
I wish I could figure out how to get to 2 different places at once. How can you be in 2 places at once when you're not anywhere at all? Oh, blocked. See, he got through. And there goes Brom.
Good work, my friend.
Boom.
Good work, my friend.
Boom.
This was a
I do
fine
like the accents. It's very
So
fun.
they got 2 through because I couldn't block both of them.
This reminds me of when I carried Elnux over Iron Spike Mountain.
I'm thinking that after a while, all the dialogue is going to be annoying.
Biting cold.
Because the people play games like
I
this
do.
want to move more quickly, right?
I would imagine you can probably shut off dialogue.
But can I shut off the wind? Let's see. Let's go into the settings.
Then storm had cleared, and Farmer said,
Even while I'm in the
"No,
settings, they're still
thank
talking.
you."
You cannot escape me, Leo. I am everywhere.
Come on, quality. Let's make the quality ultra. I got a fast device. They're still playing. I'm just hanging out. Survive for one round without letting any Poros die. Okay. There's the Poros. Let's put one guy in here.
Stand behind Brom.
Okay, let's see what we can do here. We're going to survive. No Poros. A Poros
Do not
died.
worry, my friend. Let us.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. That was dumb. All right. So you get the idea. I don't think we need to belabor this. If you like these kinds of card games like Magic the Gathering and so forth, I put Braun in the wrong
Storm
place.
had cleared.
Okay. God, it's so annoying. Keep talking. Jeez, Gabby, gab. Okay, this one, I gotta put Braun here. Then the Poros here. Let's try that. Now we got it. All right. I think you'd get tired of all the
very strong.
sound effects and noise and all that
Fighting
stuff.
is hungry work.
Yes, I think I would have to disable.
I don't see a way to disable it. Maybe there is. People, I guess you play this. I don't know. The first two games don't speak to me. They really don't.
Not for you, you say.
But now you know what it looks like. It's okay. It's good game if you like card game. That's from Riot Games. They do League of Legends. They're a Chinese company. Owned. Well, they're not a Chinese company, but they're owned by a Chinese company. Does that make sense? They're owned by Tencent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there you have it. There you have it. We can close it out now and never play it again.
I would actually ask if you could please do next app.
For you?
Is the Apple TV app of the year, and you can show the Apple TV.
Do we have
for
it?
me.
I don't. That's a good question.
Yeah. If you don't
I don't know
have,
if we have it. I have it at home.
See, some of these are kind of tough to. There's not a whole lot to show.
You know, the Mac game of the Mac app of the year, Fantastical. We don't have to show it. The Apple TV app of the year, Disney Plus. I don't think we have to show it. I mean, I could show it on my iPad.
People know what Disney Plus is.
You know what Disney Plus is.
You know what Disney Plus is.
It is the case that Apple and Disney have a very close relationship. So they're not going to make HBO Max the TV app of the year, I don't think. And Disney Plus, given the Mandalorian and what they had on there, and obviously they would have liked to make Apple TV Plus the app of the year, but they I guess they're good enough. They're not doing that. But you know that they're thinking.
It's hard to. I was just going to say, it's hard to make a choice with that because are you doing it based on the app itself or are you doing it based on the catalog? And
right.
Apple says it is the incredible catalog, which sets a new standard in streaming. But it was one of the first apps outside of Apple TV, to offer 4K UHD video. And so it does get points for that.
Which HBO Max still doesn't do, although will do with Wonder Woman for the first time. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You know, Apple TV Plus, the chief thing they lack is catalog. So I guess what they're saying is, yeah, Tim, I'm sorry, we would have given it to Apple TV Plus, Mr. Cook, sir, but you didn't have the catalog. So that's fair enough. Now, who should do this one? Endel. This was an app cap some months ago. I really like this app, Endel, because I can show it on the iPad. It allows you to make ambient music and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's all based on, if you do it on your iPhone, then it can connect with the health app, and it bases it on circadian rhythms.
How you feeling.
And all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah.
How you feeling at the given time, your location, so it can depend on what the sunlight is around you and stuff like that. It says it's science-backed sound. And the reason why it got a shout out for being the Apple Watch app of the year is because it can do that stuff on the Apple Watch alone without requiring the iPhone to be there with it. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of expensive, though.
It is. And I'm showing that screen right now, $6 a month, or you can buy a year for $50. And that's right where I stopped using it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So,
or $90 one time with no subscription. I'm not spending.
If you like ambient sound, maybe a lot of people like to work with it. I like the idea of having it on the watch. The problem is that's only useful if you wear AirPods, so that you're listening through. You need obviously the watch doesn't make ambient music coming out of it. If it did, it'd be. And I'm nowhere.
I'm never I'm never anywhere without also my phone, and in most cases my iPad, as it stands. This is perhaps a great app if you do go places a lot without your other devices and you just want your Apple Watch to do that. And there are some people who swear by Endel that use it every day for both work and for relaxing. And so, there are reasons for it, and I get why it made it as the Apple Watch app of the year, but not for me. Not one of mine for sure.
Yeah, but
we mentioned
if
the
you
Mac.
like that kind of thing, now you know. And I think it's they're really great. Somebody in the chat room is pointing out, I agree. Eric says there's lots of free sounds on YouTube and other places. Yes, but they're not listening to your heart rate and programming it for your. That's their selling point, right?
Yeah, and also I don't think you can download music
Onto
from
your
YouTube
watch.
to your Apple Watch.
No.
And that's part of the good thing.
Yeah.
And then we talked about Mac App of the Year. Shout out to Fantastical, which is a fantastic calendar application. And the Mac Game of the Year, $26. It is a detective RPG. And Apple says it's gritty, it's gorgeous, and it's deeply contemplative, which is how I would describe Leo Laporte. It's a breathtaking meditation on systemic inequities, tough choices, and what makes us who we are. So if you're into RPGs and mystery RPGs, then you might check out Disco Elysium. As I said, $25.99, $26. But it's won a crud ton of awards, 3 BAFTAs. It's won the Game Awards. It's won a DICE Award. I don't know what that is. Game Developers Choice Award, South by Southwest Award, DreamHack, PC Gamer Game of the Year of 2019, GameSpot Highest Rated Game of 2019, IGN Best PC Exclusive of 2019, and Metacritic Absolute Must Play of 2019. So this game is pretty dadgum
This game
liked.
is beloved. I guess.
Beloved, I say.
Beloved. Let's take a break.
You know what
We
else
have
is
more.
beloved?
Yeah, Mint Mobile. I know where you're going with this one. Mint Mobile, awesome. This is the holiday season, as you may have noticed. We have decked the halls. The best wireless deal to put under your tree, or Festivus pole, or Hanukkah bush, Mint Mobile. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you'll get another 3 months for free. So if my math is correct, that would be a 6-month plan. That's the first company to sell premium wireless service online only. Mint Mobile lets you safely order from home. Maximize your savings with plans starting at, just get this, $15 a month. Wait a minute, Leo, $15 a month? Does that include phone calls? Yes, unlimited nationwide talk and text. Now, actually, I love Mint Mobile. I've been using it forever, and I actually bought my plan before they offered the unlimited plan. But I bought for $300, which is $25 a month. I bought a year, $300 for the year. I bought unlimited nationwide talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, T-Mobile. Just in case you're curious, it's a T-Mobile, which means if you get good T-Mobile service, you're going to cut your bill. For me, it cut my bill by a third. Not by a third, to a third. Cut it by 2/3. Mint Mobile's best offer of the year now for you. If you haven't tried it yet, buy any 3-month plan for a limited time and get 3 more months free. How does Mint Mobile do it? You may ask. How do they do it? They didn't open stores. They eliminate the stores completely, so they don't have that cost. You've seen their advertising. They got some guy named Ryan Reynolds nobody ever heard of, and they're some of the cheapest ads I've ever known. They're really a great service. I love Mint Mobile, and I keep showing this phone. I got this phone for $15 a month. This is the iPhone SE, the most recent one. They have most people I think bring their own phone. They'll send you a SIM, no charge. Unlike the other guys, they don't even charge you for SIMs. You put it in, you're going to be able to port your number over if you want, or you can get a brand new number. All your contacts go with you. Your phone goes with you. Or do what I did. I got an iPhone SE for $15 a month. Put that together with the $15 a month for service. For $30 a month, you're getting a brand new phone, a really nice phone too, and Mint Mobile service. Of course, if at any point you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered. They have a 7-day money-back guarantee, so there's no reason not to try it. See how it works. Switch to Mint Mobile. You'll get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. I really love Mint Mobile. 3 months. Buy any 3-month plan. Get 3 more months free. Basically cutting the cost in half, right? And this is just for the holidays. Limited time only. Mintmobile.com/iOS. Mintmobile.com/iOS. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. Just thumb your nose at those other guys who are overcharging. Let's face it. Mintmobile.com/iOS. We thank you so much for supporting us. And we thank you for supporting our show by using that special URL so they know you heard it here. mintmobile.com/iOS. All right, let's continue on with our rundown of the best apps of 2020. And you know, it's not just iOS. It includes some Mac apps as well, but we can go back to some of the iOS apps. I think we're ready for... should we do... Do you want to do Dandara? Because it is a TV game, but I can also show it on here.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one for sure. Yeah,
it'll be the
Dandara
same on
Trials
your
of
TV.
Fear.
Yeah, and this is probably...
Yeah, this one won out as a... Go ahead.
No, after you.
Oh, okay. This one won out as a TV game of the year because it was... it says because of the gameplay actually working on the Apple TV. Kind of some of the games,
it's a low bar, my friends.
It's sort of ported. Yeah, you get a lot of ported games, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this also works on the Apple TV, but this one was really done in a way that made sense for it.
Yeah, and I would say you do not want to be playing this with the Apple remote. I guess you could because the controls are pretty simple, but it would really be nice if you had a little controller. And there are a lot of good choices. I use the Steel series, but there are a lot of good choices. We are in the middle of Child Poet's Refuge. Shall we continue on? This is what they call a Metroidvania. Okay? What does that mean, you might ask? Well, first of all,
I would like to know.
You can see that we're kind of an 8-bit gaming world, right? Metroid games are, you wander around in strange places. Let's see, what am I doing here? Oh, I gotta shoot that. That's right. So the way you play this game, you aim your little bow and arrow, and you hop around. So it's like a Castlevania mixed with a Metroid. How about that?
It reminds me of Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus,
that game?
huh? No, I don't know that game.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. How do I get through that? I forgot. Oh, there we go. Open the door, and I fall through the hole.
Opa!
Now I need to shoot because I am suddenly...
This game is inspired by Dandara dos Palmares, which is a real-life warrior who fought to end slavery in colonial Brazil.
Oh, I didn't know that. It doesn't seem like I'm really fighting slavery here, but okay. I'm bouncing around
yes,
anyway.
That's why they say inspired by.
Inspired by. So now I got to shoot these objects. So we're basically exploring a cave. Come on, baby. Oh, maybe I have to shoot him from up here. That's probably it. Yeah.
Come on, baby, do the locomotion.
Oh, now I got to shoot it from here. Am I out?
Some sort of puzzle or something?
Not really.
Ah! Oh, it looked like it was about to explode.
It is. It will eventually. If I hit it enough. I guess. Fighting slavery is hard.
Yeah.
It ain't easy. You get the idea. It's a Metroidvania. The reason I think you could play this on the Apple TV is the controls are extremely simple, but I still wouldn't suggest playing. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm just shooting at the thing. I still would suggest... Oh, I have to hit this one too. That's why.
Oh, do you have to hit them both at the same time or one right
That's
after?
it,
Ah.
yeah. Now I can bounce. That was it. It took me a little while. Thanks to the chat room for nothing.
But you got there in the end.
I am having the trials of the connected. You've been there before. That's for people who own HBO.
Yes.
Okay, now. Boom. Boom. Kacha-boom. Kata-king. Kata-kang. It's simplistic in its beauty. Oops, I flew into the explosive hole. That was my mistake. I didn't do that on purpose. It is called Dandara, Trials of Fear. If you like Metroidvanias, it's not the best Metroidvania I've ever played, but it'll keep you entertained for a while. And they gave it the TV Game of the Year, and for reasons that you just mentioned, Micah. Should we play
Yes.
Sneaky Snatchquatch?
One more game for you to play before we talk about the trend of the year, which is still a thing that perplexes me. But I have to tell you, this game...
You love this game.
Well, no, so I liked this game at first, and then, of course, as with all games, I ended up not playing it because I don't play games. But suddenly, I heard this music coming from my partner's phone, and I looked over, and he was playing Sneaky Sasquatch. He beat it in like 5 days, in like a week. And he was telling me about how, suddenly I'm the manager of this bank, and now I'm sneaking in and hacking into these computers.
what?
There's all this gameplay that I had no idea about.
It goes beyond the Sasquatch, huh?
Yeah, you stay the Sasquatch, but you infiltrate the humans and become the boss of a company because you're trying to keep the park from getting closed down. And so there's this whole entire story about the Sneaky Sasquatch that I had no idea existed. And so it was delightful to kind of go on that journey as my partner was playing this game. He ended up really liking it. Ranger danger.
The idea is I was supposed to sneak through here, but I couldn't because the music was so good, and you saw the Sasquatch dancing. Stay out of trouble, Sasquatch, says the ranger. Poor little Sasquatch. So at least I never got to the bank part. That's wild. So really the whole idea is you're supposed to sneak around these campsites and find food and eat it because you're hungry, and then if you have excess food, you see I've actually already got all the food. Well, wait a minute, I didn't get the food out of this one. Let's see what's in here. Oh, hallelujah. Put that in my Sasquatch pack. There we go. A little ketchup. He eats the ketchup bottles whole, by the way. That was free. So if you get an excess, you can sell it to Mr. Bear for money, Sasquatch money. Now you can tiptoe. So there's two ways you can be spotted: by sight. You see, there's this guy over here that he spotted me last time. Or by sound, so you can tiptoe. So just tap to tiptoe. Tap. Let's tiptoe by this guy. We don't want him to see us. That's campsite B. Shh. Shh. Should we see if there's anything going on in the outhouse? Nope. Not allowed to look in there. Oh. That little kid saw me, so I ran away. Let's go visit this outhouse. It's time for a nap. Who's saying that? Let's tiptoe. We can stay in the bushes, but the bushes make noise. See, so they might hear you. There's a kid walking by. Anyway, you get the idea. Oh, you're looking at my reflection.
Yep.
I want to show you without reflections. There we go. All right, let's tiptoe through. Oh, see the kids?
Tiptoe.
Kids heard something, but if I hide in that bush, nobody can see me. See? Hide from the kids. You get the idea. I had no idea you could get to be a bank manager.
It's pretty wild. Yeah, you learn how to, you start out as like tech support, and people come to you and ask you for your help, and you just unplug the computer and plug it back in again.
So this is an Apple Arcade game. So if you have Apple Arcade, it's free. Oh, I tiptoed in here now. Tiptoe over to the cooler. I'm standing on his cot. Let's see what's in there. Oh, good stuff. I'm going to have some food for the bear. That means I'm going to make some money, honey. Now we just have to tiptoe out of here. Whoa, run. Run. Hide in that bush. He's looking. He can't find me. Just keep hiding, Ranger. Look, he's looking in the water. Now he's given up. Hallelujah. So it's fun. You know, it is kind of fun. And now that I know that I could actually become a bank IT.
There's so much more story. Yeah.
Fox saw me. Let's say hello to Mr. Fox. What does Mr. Fox have to say? He says,
what does the fox
say? Sasquatch, want to earn some coins? I've got a job for you. If you can scare 4 campers, I'll give you 43 coins. Deal is off if you leave the area or get caught by the ranger. Do we have a deal? So now you get little assignments and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to scare this kid. Watch this. Now hide. Oh, I left the area. I didn't mean to do that. All right. Anyway, that's enough of that. You get the idea. There can't be many people who haven't played that. Sneaky Sasquatch.
If you've got Apple Arcade, yeah. And if you've even
first.
trialed it, that was one of the ones that got, and it got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
For a good reason. I think that it's a pretty fun app.
So what is the trend of the year, Mikah Sargent?
Yeah, so Apple does this thing every year where they look at kind of how games and apps were made and sort of if they can, I would say it's sort of reaching, but they try to find a trend of the apps and games that were either popular or were created in the year 2020 and to try and theme that. And so the trend of 2020 was helpfulness, different apps that wanted to help you do different things. And this is actually, Leo, you should have gotten a text message from me. I don't know if you ended up setting this up.
I did. You want to play this game? Yes. I mean, not game. Because it's for kids, but let's play a little, let's do a little caribooing. Because you don't want kids to be
the first
zooming, right?
No. Exactly. So, the first one, the trend of helpfulness is helpfulness with connecting families. And that is with the help of Caribu video calls for kids. Now, Caribu, I kind of like this idea because what you do is it's very secure on setting it up so that you can connect with your family. But this lets like grandma read books to her grandchild with this app. So I sent Leo, basically at the bottom here, you'll see library, you'll see favorite, search and menu, and then family in the middle. I tapped on family, I chose add contact, and I sent Leo a link. He's going to sign up using the link that I sent him and use the special ID that was generated just for my account. And once he does that, now you can see there's little Leo, and I can choose call. Now it's calling him.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to get a Caribu call. Where are you calling me? Is it my phone?
It should be showing up in the Caribu app.
Oh, I have to be in the app to do it. Okay. Oh, look. Mikah Dean Sargent's calling me. Hello, Caribu.
And so now he's answered.
Oh, look. Wait a minute, but now you're little.
Yes, because what we're going to do is launch an app.
Okay.
We'll choose read.
Oh, you're reading to me.
And then I can read to you. Well, of course, it looks terrible on my screen. Can we switch to yours?
Oh, I thought you were on mine. There we go. That's better.
And now, in the bottom, we've got both of the people. And then we could read this book together.
Oh.
I don't know why this is a...
You chose a marvelous plan in Bethlehem. But they have others. There's Havadalah Sky. There's Goodnight Octopus. None of these are books you've ever heard of. Cottage Door There's a special star in the nighttime sky that only Grandma see. And when I heard that you'd be born, it shone so bright for me. Oh, I'm going to cry if I read the rest of this. That's very pretty. I hope someday to be a grandma.
You're out of the camera, but...
Grandma has a beard. Oh, I should get in the camera.
There you go. My heart swelled up with love, my dear. So before I went to bed, I wished upon that grandma star, and here is what I said.
Oh,
little icons as you need to, so you can see what's on.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean that's the basic of it. I am having trouble talking because I can hear my echo very loudly.
Yeah, I turned it off. Yeah.
Thank you. But there's reading, but there's also games that you and another person can play together. You can play hidden objects together.
You can watch
play
the Cartoon Network
mazes
together, it looks like, which is cool.
Spot the difference.
How come you're still
Sudoku.
hearing me? Oh, because we're still in a call. I get it.
Oh, let me hang up.
Hang up, please. Thank you. You're doing great. You're on the Caribu free plan with 15 books and activities included per month. Oh, that's nice. That's very helpful.
Yes.
Thank you, Grandma.
After that, it's $9.99 a month to play. But like I said, that basic version is, what was it, 15 activities
it's quite
that you
a bit.
can do?
It's more than enough. More than I want to talk to my grandma. Anyway, so
I love that built-in ability to do a bedtime story or something like that. You know,
this is cool. I didn't know about this
I'm actually,
at all.
I didn't know this existed either, and I'm planning on sending it to my grandma so that she can read to her great-granddaughter now a book, my sister's daughter. I think that'd be really fun. But yeah, that's Caribu video calls for kids. And under the trend of helpfulness, that is connecting families. The next one is Explain Everything Whiteboard. I think we've talked about this one before on the show, but the sort of helpfulness trend here is leading the classroom. The interactive digital whiteboard facilitated a lively back and forth in the virtual classroom. So as you might imagine, teachers were looking for different ways to communicate and share their stories and be able to involve other people. And so this lets you, as you can see, it even walks you through connect your device to an Apple TV using AirPlay or use an HDMI cable. So then you can open it up as kind of an external screen and use the built-in laser pointer tool that's in the app. So you can kind of talk about it as you're going around. You can see right now I'm moving that blue arrow to talk about a different part of this. What's cool about this too is that it has a built-in screen recording feature so that what you can do is record it and stream it live as you're doing it. So a lot of artists use this as a way to show them, sketching something. I'm going to do invite here. I'm going to switch back to my main screen so that I can do this. But it's free for 7 days and it's $6.99 a month, as you might imagine. And that gives you unlimited video length, unlimited slides, 20 gigs of storage online, and premium support. I'm going to click the skip button in the bottom left corner and see what happens when I do that. It says you're on the free plan, so you can create up to 3 projects, and you get 1 slide per project. So let me go ahead and invite you to this, and we'll do a blank canvas because I want to show the collaboration features, which let you...
Now, are you going to invite me via a text
with each other
on messages?
I believe it will be a text.
Okay.
Let me see here. Oh yeah, so it's actually a link that I will send to you via text message.
Okay.
And I think that this has an online version, so that you could actually just use the browser. I'm not 100% positive on that though. Okay. So we will see after you get this code.
How exciting. Yes, I got a code. All right. It did open it in a browser. So
nice.
Explain everything. And then yes, microphone. Oh,
sweet.
Safari cannot open
does it require the app?
Mobile browsers are not supported. So yes, I have to get the app. That's all right. I've apparently had it before, so no.
I was just hoping
big.
that I was just hoping that it would work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will on the desktop.
We showed a few of these different ones.
It will on the desktop.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
Yeah. So
once he gets it, then we can kind of show this collaboration.
Okay. So let me I guess I'll click the link again. Because now that I have the app, will it open in the app?
It should.
Yes, it did. And now it's doing that thing. Yes, you can access the microphone.
Oh, yeah, I think I just saw you join.
Yep.
Now,
hello, Mikey.
And you should be able to write
this.
And it should be both of ours.
Yeah. Look, we're both writing. We're writing to each other. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
And there's all sorts of little tools on the side. You can add pictures. You can add clip art. You can add a browser screen. So think about, you, Leo, are seeing the Twit's website redesign, and you and Patrick could hop into this, and you could write in here and say, oh, I'd love it if this changed or this was different.
Yeah.
You can scan in documents if you want to. And I don't have a document here, but it thinks that this might be a document, which is kind of funny. And how do I get out?
And I did not, by the way, have to pay for or sign up for an account to use this with you. It's running it on your account. Boy, there's a lot.
There's an check this out.
Editor. Look at this.
Yeah, an equation editor, so that you could help your child or whomever with math problems if they were having.
Look at that.
Different things.
78 divided by 2 equals
plus
x. X equals 39 plus x.
39 plus x squared.
Squared.
No.
Good luck. You're making an insoluble
exactly.
problem. Okay. X is 0 is the answer in this one, by the way. X equals 0. X is nothing.
And here's my laser
it's
pointer.
It's nothing. Oh, neat.
I could change that. Oh, look, you can do a lightsaber as a laser pointer.
Oh,
like, that means you can have lightsaber battles with your friends. What is this, I wonder? Oh, I think that's a selection tool. You're a selection tool. And different workspace layouts. So there's the standard, there's the presenter where it only shows the essential presentation tools.
That's neat.
So there's a lot built into this. And yes, teachers, like I said, can use this as a way to teach a class on whatever. But you could also, I think of this, there's a fun, for nerds, there's a fun party idea that I used to do with my friends.
Oh, you could do Pictionary with this, kind of, right?
Oh, yeah, you could. Yeah, you absolutely could. You can play Hangman as well. But it was basically everybody brought a slideshow presentation, a keynote presentation, and you all got together and everybody just taught about something new and interesting. And so it was something that, they had learned, some bit of trivia that they had learned, and everybody brings their presentation. And then the person who, made everybody else go, oh my, I didn't know that. That's super cool. The most is the winner at the end. But, you have some drinks, you have some snacks. And so you could do this without actually having to meet in person. So that's kind of nice. But, this is not just a presentation tool, but it is also a content library that has some stuff built in. So there are some guides that show you how to use this app for different stuff, but also you can check out these guides like tracing letters so that a kid could watch this and learn about, lettering and penmanship. A language tutor. There's a person who does sketch notes. And so you can actually watch this person's presentations, Rashawn Richards.
I love
and see how it works within.
Yeah, the talent.
I know. I love visual note taking too. Yeah.
Very cool.
Anyway, that is Explain Everything Whiteboard.
I'm helping.
Yes.
This is all part of
leading
helpfulness.
the classroom.
This is all part of the helpfulness trend of the year. So these are not award-winning apps. They're just helpful. They fit the trend.
Yeah, these fit within the trend.
Okay,
exactly.
like Pokemon Go. We don't have to show that again.
We're not going to
Reinventing
show that
play.
one.
But Lisa's still playing that. We started, two of us started playing it in July of 2016. She's still playing. And what's good about Pokemon Go, if you haven't played in a while, they keep adding new things. So there's a lot more.
And they've added new ways to play, even if you can't get out and about.
And higher levels.
And that's why.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why it ended up getting an award, is because it says enabling players to continue exploring its wild world, even if they couldn't venture out to do it.
Yeah, because this was originally the one that said get outside and enjoy, see the world. Not anymore.
See the world, but you can't do that so much right now. The next one is one with helpfulness. It is making a difference, and the app is called ShareTheMeal. And this one, it's a very simple app. I will launch ShareTheMeal here, and basically it is a way, it's created by the United Nations, and it lets you donate very simply to, for example, support families in Nigeria, help children in Yemen. Look, they've got 92% of the 3 million meals they're trying. And so I can choose
so cool.
Feed a child for a week, and right there, so simply, I can just, with a Apple Pay payment, I've just donated money to feed a child for a week. Super easy via the United Nations. The United Nations Food Fund? I can't remember what it's called now, but there are different ways to do this. So there's the World Food Program, that's it. There's the give option, as I've talked about here, where there are all of these different ways that you can help. But then a subscription which just lets you give monthly to feed different people. And then they add this thing, the community, where you can create a team of people and you sort of all compete, so to speak, to donate money. So it's kind of a gamification of helping out, but what I love is the simplicity of it. I mean, within seconds of downloading this app and launching it, I was able to make a donation. I made one this morning at trying it just to see how easy it was. And then just then you saw me do it in half a second to make a donation. And there's a share sheet button so you can share these with other people who might want to make a donation.
That's really cool.
It shows you, what the latest donation was. And so, yeah, it's a super simple app.
Yeah.
And a good cause. And it's one of the things that I think is kind of hard typically is if you don't have the companies that are kind of making it super easy for you to share, you sometimes struggle to find a good and trustworthy fundraiser to donate to. You want to make sure that you're donating to the right place, that your money's going to go to the right thing. But here with the United Nations World Food Program, it is a vetted organization, and it is a simple way to make that donation. So it removes the friction. And I think that that's one of the most important things when it comes to helping people help other people, is removing as much friction as possible.
Remove
so
the
yes,
friction.
Remove the friction in a simple few taps.
Nice.
And the last one on the list, Leo Laporte, is an app called Shine, and the helpfulness category is practicing
I'm gonna make
self-care.
It shine. Oh, you know who loved this? I think Megan. This was Megan's app cap some years ago, I think. Yeah, she was all about the self-care. Yeah, that's why she left.
So this is
she said, enough, I'm not doing this anymore. I care too much.
I got to take care of myself.
I got to take care of myself. Yeah. No, this is good. This is
it's a mindfulness and meditation app. I just saw a new study, a new paper that was released that was talking about how mindfulness is shown to reduce the activity in the area of the brain that is responsible for causing the trauma involved with self-blame. And so for people who blame themselves for a whole lot, they showed a reduction in the activity in that part of the brain when they did mindfulness meditations. This app is kind of supposed to help you remember to be mindful and give you different ways to be mindful and help track your progress along the way. So it's kind of an all-in-one app that will help you with actually sort of sticking to the mindfulness, because that's part of it. You need to practice to improve upon your mindfulness.
Yeah.
But there are different ways to use it. As you can see, it starts with your daily shine. There's a check-in where you talk about how you're feeling in very simple ways. You say, oh, I wasn't feeling great today, and here are some things that happened. And then there's sleep visualizations, which are really, I found those helpful in the past when you're trying to fall asleep and you're having trouble to listen to a voice that it's nearly the induction portion of a clinical hypnosis.
Wow.
It comes very close to the cusp of that. And then there's a whole library of different content. And the reason why Shine, I feel, gets special credit, at least in my heart, is that it is not a bunch of white folks that are doing these mindfulness meditations. There's a lot of diverse voices and individuals in this app that are there to provide different playlists and mindfulness meditations and things like that. So yeah, it is, again, it's an expensive one, but if you want one mindfulness app and you really do feel like you're going to stick to it, $14.99 a month or $54 a year.
I'd lose sleep thinking about that. Oh, 54 is not bad for a year.
Exactly.
So
it's
they really
much
don't want
cheaper
you
to
by
go
the
with the
month.
year option.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you wanted to try it out for a month. I think that's what they're kind of trying to get you to avoid, is like, oh, I just want to give it a taste for a month and then be done with it. They really prefer that you get the year. So yeah, I'm not keen on, that's a really expensive price per month, but not a bad price for the year.
It compares with
for some people,
Headspace and Calm.com, and these are all roughly the same ballpark. So that's not bad.
yeah, and for some people that can be helpful. I paid $54, so I really need to use it. So that helps you kind of stick to it.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Good point.
All right. Up next, it's time to talk about the news.
And
Alrighty.
the news segment has much news this week. Apple dumped a bunch of stuff on us today. There was a rumor.
They sure did.
There was a rumor earlier this week. I guess it was yesterday. This really is Tuesday. So earlier this week on Monday, there was a rumor that today they would announce the new Apple TV. So far, no. But I'm checking because they did announce a bunch of stuff that we knew they were going to announce. I mentioned earlier that Apple Fitness Plus launches December 14th. I've been waiting for that. I set up my rowing machine in front of my Apple TV. I'm ready. That's the part of the Apple One experience, which, by the way, I've been paying for, so I'll get it, that ties your watch to the Apple TV and has all kinds of different exercises, not just rowing, but biking and dancing and meditation and yoga. And so that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's meditation. I might have just added that, but that's pretty cool. But that's not all. There's some new hardware, too.
Yes, Apple has announced what they call Airpods Max. And the reason they call them Airpods Max is because it is the features that you would get with AirPods Pro, but in a over-the-ear headphone style. And for some reason, this thing has a digital crown on it.
I know,
which I think is
well, we got a few left over
but
from the watch. Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why not include it? And Leo, it comes in green.
Oh, well, I guess you're going to have to get it.
No. So here's I want to talk to you about this because, I think that I would argue that the sticker shock of a sub $1,000 product is maybe not as powerful were you shocked by the price of this?
That's what I want to know. It's outrageous. It's twice as much as AirPods Pro. Of course, you get 2 ears. Oh, wait a minute. You get AirPods Pro. It's 2 ears, too. It's ridiculous. What they're really comparing it to is the Bose Quiet Comforts. These are noise-canceling headphones. Apple claims all sorts of fancy features.
The spatial audio.
It's spatial, adaptive EQ. It knows it's on your head, so if you take it off, it pauses. All the stuff Apple gets all excited about. And they do have that design that we were, all thinking, that's weird, like 2 Altoid tins on your head. It's not. It's a little softer, I think, than we thought it would be. But the rumored design is pretty much the same. The price is, I didn't even mention because it's so outrageous. What is it, $550?
Yeah, $550. And I want to well-known developer, very cool developer, James Thompson of PCalc tweeted this morning, for the same price as the AirPods Max, I could buy a HomePod Mini for every room in my house and still have enough left over for a pair of Beats Flex. Yeah, so you could get Apple's Beats Flex, their $50 in-ear headphones that have Apple's fancy.
So there's that.
Okay. For a premium pair of headphones, all I have to say is I'm very much looking forward to Mac Break Weekly because I know, and I'm not saying this is not a slight at all when I say this, I know that Renee will have a very good reason and will be able to kind of look at those green. Oh my God. That's annoying, but they're so pretty.
Because that's straight out of the Apple Watch. There's a little winding stem. But that's volume, which actually is good because I don't like those, rocker switches for volume. I can never tell where it is. So that's nice. It also does Siri. Has an H1 chip in it. So that there's another look at the stem. So
they're really bragging about the audio quality because of the neodymium magnets, and
that's what a rare earth magnet's a strong magnet. It is not the best headphone technology out there. I think planar magnetic is better, but those tend to be above $1,000. So it's probably, I don't trust Apple when they say, oh, these are the best sounding things ever. Going way back to Steve Jobs announcing the Apple Hi-Fi, the iPod Hi-Fi speakers, and Steve said, I'm throwing out all my stereo equipment. You know, he had hundreds of thousands of dollars worth. I'm throwing it all out because he sounds so good. They didn't. And ever since, I haven't, I know Apple has 56 anechoic chambers and they tested. I'm not interested in what a computer company thinks is good audio, to be honest, even though they have lots of audio people. And I know Renee will poo-poo this, but these are just outrageously expensive. I think before anybody would go buy these, you'd have to go to the store and listen and really verify for yourself that they sound better than other $550 headphones. I already have a pair of very, very good Hi-Fi Man headphones, which cost twice as much, I admit. But and those are planar magnetic, and those are really exceptional headphones. So they don't have noise canceling. They don't know they're on your ears. They don't have H1 chips in each cup. They're just headphones. But the part of the problem is it can't be high fidelity because it's wireless. It's using Bluetooth.
You can do both.
Oh, you can wire it. Oh, yeah, because there's of course, I'm looking at the picture that shows it's not wireless. But most people are going to listen to them wireless, and you shouldn't spend $540 on a Bluetooth headphone because they just, you don't need to. Get the Sennheisers and be done with it. It's about half the cost. In my opinion, just opinion. I haven't heard them yet. $550 seems like an awful lot of money to spend. They are orderable today. You ship on a week from today. AirPods, Pros are $250. So it's even more than twice as much as a pair of AirPod Pros. They probably sound better. I like over-the-ear headphones. I prefer them.
I think they're very pretty.
They're pretty. You're paying for
I do think
pretty.
that they're very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
20 hours of listening.
Isn't this is so Apple. They wove the L and R for left and right into the fabric inside the headphone. That's so Apple. This is a designer. Yeah. This is for people who love design. And by the way, it is a softer cup. It doesn't look like the Altoids tin that we thought. It's pretty. I'm sure they're very comfortable. The headphones I'm wearing, which are very, very good, from Audio-Technica, cost $60. And they're very comfortable over-the-ear headphones. I'm just saying. I don't know. This is, given that it's Apple, I'm going to guess this is a fashion play as much as anything else. But,
I think people will wear these and be very smug about it, for sure.
And they come with a soft, slim, you want to see these soft, slim smart case? Here it is. These
smart.
Oh, look, it's exploded. It's got stuff
I do like those
in
exploded views.
I know, I do too. And here is somebody spacing out to the music, and here is how, this is part of what people pay for, is the pairing with the iPhone. It looks so pretty. And here's the case, which isn't really a case.
Wait, I was going to say that doesn't cover everything.
No. It's, see, then
so they
this
don't
is a
fold
handle.
up very well, huh?
This becomes a handle.
Oh,
and
I
then
see. It's like a little purse.
It's like a little purse. You put what is it called? The soft, slim smart case over the outside, so it protects, I guess, the headphones.
I wonder what makes it smart.
Oh, that's a good question. Why is it so smart? What's so smart about the case, Apple?
What makes the case smart?
It will seamlessly move sound between iPhone, iPad, and Mac. When playing music on the Mac, users can easily take a call on the iPhone, and the Airpods Max will switch over. It's this kind of integration that really makes people want Apple products. Audio sharing means you can easily share an audio stream between two sets of AirPods on iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, or Apple TV 4K. So that's kind of cool. If you and your honey wanted to watch TV wearing headphones, you could do that. And you'd have different volume controls. That's kind of cool for $1,000. Siri capabilities. You could play music, make phone calls, control volume, get directions. Siri can also read incoming messages as they arrive. I'm a little tempted.
Just like AirPods Pro.
I'm a little tempted. It's like AirPods Pro over your ears, and I'm sure they're more comfortable. And because they're bigger speakers, they probably do sound better. They certainly have better battery life. So, I guess I just, I feel like we should buy some, and I don't want to because I just sounds like so much money. So we'll let others review these for us.
Yeah. When stored in the soft, slim smart case, AirPods Max enter an ultra-low power state that preserves the charge.
Oh, that's what
so
makes
I
it
guess
smart.
what makes it smart is that it knows whenever it's in the case.
Maybe I'll send this to my wife
Anyway.
and say, I'd like this for Christmas. By the way,
There you go.
clearly why Apple's releasing this today.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God. $550 for a Christmas present?
Somebody has to really like you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's half of $1,000.
Yeah.
That's so much money.
And to wrap the news up, there is a security issue that Ars Technica called one of the most breathtaking hacks ever. But before we even mention it, we should say it's been fixed. So fear not.
Fear not.
This is not going to impact you, but it could have. It was an iPhone Wi-Fi exploit that allowed a bad guy to take over your iPhone while it was in your pocket without you doing anything. Apple patched this way back in the spring. It was the patch that came out that added the COVID tracing in iOS. So I remember which number that was, 13 point something. 13.5 came out in the May. So as long as you're updating, and I think everybody who has iPhones updates, you're fine. You don't have to worry about it. But it was a devastating attack because you didn't have to. You just could have it in your pocket and somebody has to be within Wi-Fi range.
Really was saying, I mean, like you said, the fact that it was breathtaking, that's scary.
Well,
right?
It is, yeah. Breathtaking.
What all could it do? What could it do?
Well, it probably, it didn't. So here's the thing: the way these hacks work, the fact that somebody could get into your phone and crash it just by being within Wi-Fi range of you was extremely serious. It was affecting kernel-based drivers, drivers running in the most privileged part of the operating system. It didn't. I don't think it had yet been much exploited. The guy who discovered it, Apple says nobody was able to use it. This guy Ian Beer, who is at Google's Project Zero, discovered it and warned Apple about it before it was anybody else did. We think. And it was patched before anybody else could use it. But he developed some exploits, one that installs an implant that has full access to your personal data. So he could put a little something on your phone as you walk by that would, be able to exfiltrate your emails, photos, messages, passwords, crypto keys, all of that. All you need is a laptop, a Raspberry Pi, and some off-the-shelf Wi-Fi adapters. It takes about 2 minutes to install the prototype implant. But he says, I didn't, once I proved this could be done, I didn't spend a lot of time improving it. And that's the key. If you can cause a buffer overflow to crash a system, it's only a little more work than to have it, instead of crashing, have the buffer overflow a code into memory that then gets executed. So often once the proof that you've got the buffer overflow working is sufficient, and he immediately warned Apple, and Apple has fixed it. There is a video if you want to watch it. They call this the AWDL implant demo. And in fact, it's done through a wall. So you don't even have to be in the same room. And that's why it's breathtaking. I mean, had this gotten out into the wild, you could be sitting anywhere, within Wi-Fi range, in the office, at a coffee shop, and somebody could have hacked you and you would never even know it.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty not great.
Yeah. The researcher said he had this is from Ars Technica, no evidence that the vulnerability was ever exploited in the wild. But you might not have evidence, especially if it had been discovered by a nation state, because you could just see, how a spy agency would just flip their lids over this capability. Beer did say that at least one exploit seller was aware of the bug back in May, 7 months ago. So not sure how he found out about it. Maybe he was able to reverse engineer, as is often the case, Apple's patch and say, aha, But it looks like it didn't get out in the wild. If it did, it was probably a nation state, and as long as you're not a diplomat or military, you're okay. I don't know what the fix would be if you got this implant on your phone. I think a complete wipe would probably get rid of it. Furthermore, and this is the other reason it was breathtaking, it was wormable. And I'm sure Steve Gibson will talk about this later in the day, but that means once you get on somebody's phone, you could say, for instance, get it on the ambassador's attaché's phone, and then once he got back into the embassy, it would worm its way into all the other phones, again, with no user interaction. So you could infect...
That's not good.
You could infect an entire embassy, in theory, just by getting it on one employee's phone. It would spread pretty well. This is, it's pretty awful. It's the Wi-Fi packet of death exploit.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it's fixed. So if we get a lot of messages from folks who say either they themselves or people they know, their partners or their family members or whomever, don't update their phones. Make them update their phones.
Update.
Everybody needs to update their phones. Update your phone.
You want to get 13...
Georgia Dow, update your phone.
She doesn't update?
No.
What's wrong with her?
She hates updating her phone.
13.5, you got to get at least that. And ideally, you'd go to iOS 14. And continue to update, because the fact that this... here's the real bottom line. The fact that this existed means that you should always be
Other things
updating.
could exist.
You should always be updating.
ABU, people. Always be updating. I'm getting a shirt made. ABU.
Yeah.
All right. I think up next we should answer some questions. What do you think?
I'd love to do that.
All right.
Time for our mailbag, as they say.
Mailbag. All right, our first letter.
Disgusting term, by the way. Like, we call it our mail bin. Something better than a mail bag.
Mail bin.
Yeah, the mail bin.
Mail bin.
Okay. Yes.
This first letter comes from John, and John writes, I wonder if you've heard about the difficulty many are having with handoff on the HomePod Mini. It doesn't work. No transfer of music, no transfer of calls, totally unusable. If so, have you heard of any workarounds or ways to rectify it? I don't know that Apple has even acknowledged it to be a widespread problem. John, this morning I read your message and I thought, interesting. What's going on here? So I started playing some music on my iPhone, and I tried to hand off to my HomePod Mini. And for folks who don't know, that means you take your phone and you sort of tap it to the top of the device, and then it moves the music from your phone to the HomePod. And I could not get it to work. So it seemed that was a problem. So I did a little research and came across a great iMore article that had the steps that you need to take to make sure that you have the handoff turned on. So I want to start there. If we go into our settings app and we choose General, and then we choose AirPlay and Handoff, the second setting in here says Transfer to HomePod. Even if you have that turned on, go ahead and toggle it off and then toggle it back on again.
Oh, just kind of like kick it. It's like kicking it.
Just to kick it.
Yeah.
Kick it, yeah. Especially if you have a HomePod and added a HomePod Mini to your setup, that could it's just good to kick it. Just kick it. Once you've kicked it, then there's something that you need to know, and it's going to require me, I need to reach under my desk to unplug the HomePod Mini so that I can pull in front of the camera. So give me 1 second.
So you got one of these. I'm kind of jealous because I'm tempted. And as you mentioned earlier when we were talking about the breathtaking cost of the new Apple headphones, you could buy 5. They're $99. You could buy 5 of these minis and have $50 left over to buy a pack of mints.
Yes.
I think this is a
pack of
whatever
gold leaf mints.
Yeah, I think this is probably pretty tempting to fill your house with these. What do they sound as good as people say? You're doing a review in a couple of weeks on Hands on Tech, I know.
Yeah, they do. I mean, if you're used to HomePod sound and you expect this to sound like a HomePod,
no,
right? First of all, that's a foolish thing, but And it does not sound anywhere near as good as the HomePod.
No.
But so if you are a bass lover, then you're not going to be enamored of the HomePod Mini. But if you like high fidelity sound in a small package, I shouldn't say high fidelity because that has a very specific meaning. Detailed sound in a small package, I've been very impressed with this. It's what Apple has chosen to do is kind of make the choice of making good sound over having more volume. So it's not, even at its top volume, it's not like blasting loud, but what it does do is make sure that it sounds good, it sounds detailed, it sounds layered, no matter what volume you have it set at. So unlike the HomePod, which can literally blow you away, this does not do that. But for the size of it, it sounds very good. And in fact, one of the things I like to use this for is spoken word stuff, usually audiobooks, hearing them through the audiobook. So, and then also this is this supports Thread, which is an upcoming protocol for smart home stuff, and it will make a huge difference if you are at all interested in smart home. This is one of the first devices to support Thread and help provide a Thread network throughout your home. So that's going to be a big deal. It's kind of future-proofing a little bit, and it's got the U1 chip inside, and I think that's going to play a big role in Apple's future as we continue to see changes in iOS. But John, to further answer your question here, let me see. I will play a song, and one of the things that I noticed is that this is a little picky about where you tap to get the music to play on the HomePod Mini. Once I figured it out, then I was able to do it every time. And so instead of taking your phone and sort of dropping it on top of the HomePod Mini, you want to take the edge of the phone because it uses the NFC to help negotiate this handoff, and tap it to the edge of the screen on the top, or it is technically a screen. It's a touch screen on top. And so when I take my phone and just put it along the edge, I get a little tap, and then the music transfers to the HomePod or to the HomePod Mini. And so that handoff works every time whenever you tap it to the edge of it. So again, your first step is to toggle. And now it started. I probably can't play that. That's Frank Sinatra, Christmas music. And then tapping again on the edge of the device immediately brings it back to my phone, and now it's playing on my phone again.
Nice.
So that is the tip that I have for you, John, is to use the edge of the HomePod Mini and the top edge of your phone as kind of the target. And yes, to answer your question that you probably have, is that stupid that it's very specific? And I hope that they improve upon that in the future, because it shouldn't be that, needing to be that targeted. You should just be able to kind of go blap and it happens. So John, go check out that iMore article. We'll include a link in the show notes so that you know where to go in case you had trouble to toggle it on and off. And then yes, use that outer rim as your target area for handoff. All right. Our next question comes from Doug. Doug writes in, and this is a good one for you, Leo. Since the first of the year, and especially since the start of the pandemic, our church has delivered an online service to our community. I'm responsible for editing the final product by bringing together 7 to 8 videos, 4 to 5 audio files, and still images into a 45 to 55 minute product that usually weighs in at about 4.5 megabytes.
Wow.
I use iMovie.
That's small.
I know that. I was thinking that too. How'd you get that so small?
Megabytes?
I wonder if it's, I know that I had that thought like, what are you using to compress this? My goodness. Anyway, Doug says, I use iMovie and it does just fine for our simple timeline editing needs. My machine is a 2019 Retina 13-inch MacBook Air with the 1.6 gigahertz dual-core i5 processor and 8 gigs of RAM. Rendering the final video is now taking 1.5 hours. And here's the question for you, Leo.
Yes.
What M1 machine should Doug get, and what configuration should he get?
So,
because he said that this is happening. He's getting an M1 machine. He just wants to know which one he should get.
You certainly could replace the Air with an M1 Air, which is the fairly low cost. They start at $1,000, same price as the old Air. And I would guess it'll probably render in about half the time that it's taking right now. So he said an hour and a half. we're saying 45 minutes. But maybe even faster. The M1 is highly optimized for things like that. It's basically doing in hardware a lot of the work that you're fairly slow. You have an older MacBook Air is doing by chugging along with CPU. So I think that that's going to make a big difference. The MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro are virtually identical. This is the sad thing, except that they've added a fan to the MacBook Pro, which lets the chip run a little hotter, a little faster. Actually, not hotter. The fan keeps it cooler, but it runs a little faster. It is the same clock speed in all three Macs. This is something we didn't know, but we've learned since these came out. That includes the Mac Mini. Of course, the Mac Mini would be the lowest cost, and it would give you, essentially they're identical machines. The difference with the Air is it doesn't have a fan. It has a smaller battery, and so it's quieter, but it doesn't get quite as fast. The MacBook Pro or the Mac Mini would be the two faster choices. If you can wait, we're already seeing the rumors that there will be remarkably fast machines coming out this spring, perhaps, with as many as 32 cores. These are 8-core machines right now. So I think you could probably, if you can wait and you really want to make this fast, I think it's kind of unknown, but I think there's a lot of evidence that what Apple will do over the next year or two is going to blow the socks off of all of their existing machines, all of them, including the Mac Pro and the iMac Pro, and even and probably even some of the highest end PCs. It is very exciting. These three Macs that we have today are the slowest Macs available. So the slowest M1 Macs you'll ever be able to buy. So they're only going to get better and better and better. And it's my prediction, I think a lot of people agree, it's going to get better at a very rapid clip. Not that you'll be unhappy that you did the upgrade, because it's a big jump ahead of any Intel Mac, MacBook Air or MacBook Pro. But again, the bottom line is these are the same, essentially the same. The big difference is the cooling with the fan. So if you want the maximum speed, the Mini or the MacBook Pro would be the choice, because they are marginally faster, just because they can run at a higher. The clock rate's the same. They could just run at that high speed longer. And for something like what you're talking about, a 45-minute compile, cooling's going to make a difference. A render, it's going to make a difference. So I'd say he should probably get the Pro, the MacBook Pro or the Mini. The Mini's the cheapest. The nice thing about the MacBook Pro, and before I bought it, I had to blink. It's exactly the same dimensions as the MacBook Air. It's actually thinner than the thickest part of the MacBook Air by a tiny, tiny amount. It's only 2 ounces heavier. So it's not. It's very much like an Air. It just doesn't have the wedge shape. It has much more battery life, and it has a little fan. So I opted for the MacBook Pro. But honestly, they're very similar machines. It's just the form factors are different.
Very well.
That's the answer.
Doug,
answer.
There's your answer.
Yeah. But do get it, because you're going to be happy. And then 3 months, you're going to go, oh, crap, I should have bought the MacBook Pro 16. But, that's life.
Such is life. Alrighty, let's do app caps. Get your hat. Get your cap.
Let me get my hat. You too are wearing a warm cap, I see. I got my winter Kangol on. Why do we wear these silly caps, my friend?
We wear these silly caps to honor our app picks of the week. These are the apps that are either new or are ones that we really love and want to share with all of you. So we put a hat on our head and we put your questions to bed and show you the apps we love.
It's to show respect for these fine applications. That's
Indubitably. My app cap is one called Pi, P-Y, and it is an app to teach you how to code.
Now, are you learning to code? Because this is interesting to me, because you asked me earlier, a couple of months ago, for a book about regular expressions, Jeffrey Friedel's Mastering Regular Expressions. Was that for you or a friend?
That was for me, yes.
So you're learning to code, aren't you?
Yes. When I have the time, I am learning to code. I used that at the time, though, because I do know some scripting stuff. I like to use Text Expander from Smile and Keyboard Maestro.
And they use
I
grep?
needed to. They use. I don't know if that is grep, regular expressions.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes. They use that for all sorts of little scripts to help with, basically I needed it to pick out links for my show notes documents and sort of pull them apart.
Were
and
you
only
able to
use
figure it
specific
out?
Parts, so. Yeah, with the help of a friend who had to walk me through a couple of things that I was struggling with.
It's a little arcane,
in that book.
but it's great. Boy,
Yeah.
when you know it, it's
there are great
useful.
apps
Yeah.
that help you too, along with that. But anyway, this I decided to start with Python because of the scripting ability, and it seems simplistic.
Python
and so
is a great
I've started,
first language. Highly recommend it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And plus the app is called Pi, so it felt like it was kind of going to be good at Python. So far what we have covered is printing, strings, variables, numbers, and now we're doing math. And so in this, it uses what it already knew about you, what you've already learned, and starts to build upon that. And it will start to ask you questions as you are answering it. So it says, we've covered the basics of numbers. Now let's start playing with them by adding the variables X and Y together. So what I want to do, I can just put, Y equals 7 here and run it. And then it knows to print Z, which is X plus Y, which is 12. We can also use Python to subtract values, it's telling me, and multiply as well. And so then I can say, I want to divide these values. Well, I would imagine that I'm going to use the slash, which will help me to divide. So we've learned that in Python, it's possible to add, subtract, multiply, and divide numbers. Try it for yourself one more time. Let's do 27 times 3. And we get 81. Then fill in the blanks so that the program outputs 26. So it's X blank Y in parentheses, and then Y on the outside. So there's a little bit of
algebra
in this as well. Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Let's see, what is that's 48?
As I know him, algebra, my good friend. Yeah.
And then 2. Salt. Wait. X minus Y, 50 minus 2 is 48. Divided, because Y would have to be the same. So you can't do divided by 2. Okay. Let me take that. Wait, why won't it let me? Ugh. Okay, now it's not letting me select it. I think I have to click continue. Okay, there you go. And then here you can see.
Woohoo, you get a gold star.
Order the line so that the program outputs 10. And so you would want to say that X equals 1 and Y equals X. Wait. No. We want to do Y equals X times 9, X equals 1, Z equals 1 plus 9. Yeah, that works. Wait. Always create a variable before you can use it. So I didn't do Z. Wait, no, I did. Here. This. That's right. Okay, I see what I did.
This is why programming is so much fun.
Right.
Computers
it's kind of hard to do while I'm also presenting it. Yeah. And then what's the output of this program? So it's walking me through. I don't want to get bad scores, so I'm going to
because you're doing this for
go through that until I can focus on it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. But as you go through it, it helps you along, and then at the end, it does challenge you. It'll say,
nice.
At the beginning of this, we told you this. Do you remember what the answer is for blank? So it's been really fun to play along every day and try and figure things out as I'm going, and it's been a challenge. But along with Python, you can also learn. Let me go back. There's the Python course, there's SQL, there's HTML, there's Swift, and JavaScript. All of these are, beginner courses that you can start out with.
Here's
but
the thing I would say is learn Python, because once you learn one language, any other language is easy. It's really about learning the concepts of programming, and that's why Python is a good choice. It has a lot of facilities that make it easy for you to learn how to program. That's a good thing to start with, I think. Yeah. It's kind of the scripting language.
Python, or Pi rather, is
PY, right?
PY, yes, exactly. And if you have trouble finding it, you can type in Pi learn to code, and that will give you the rest of the story, the rest of the app. I'm trying to see. Oh, it's available for free. It does have in-app purchases. I'm not seeing what those are for, though. It's not showing online. Anyway, I've been able to use it completely for free with no in-app purchases. Nice. And yeah, so it's been pretty fun. What about you, Leo? Yours is a little bit exclusive, fancy pants.
Yeah, invite only. But I thought it'd be, it's probably time to talk about it. So, you know the name Marissa Mayer. She was one of the first 20 employees at Google, very famous for the person who was the gatekeeper of the Google search page. She left Google to run Yahoo into the ground.
Yahoo.
And, well, it wasn't her fault. Yahoo was already on the ground. She was trying to lift it up, and nobody could do that, and finally sold it. Her next act was something she started in 2018, a couple of years ago when she left Yahoo, with a colleague who she worked with at Google and then later brought to Yahoo, Enrique Munoz Torres. They founded a startup, Lumi Labs, and they didn't tell anybody what Lumi was up to or doing. Last month, they released invitation only, the beta of their first product. Oh, and by the way, renamed Lumi Labs Sunshine. Their first product is called Sunshine Contacts. And I think even though they say it's invite only, if you're interested in this, you should go over to the website and ask for an invite. They're going to do an Android version eventually, but right now it's iOS only. Because I really like it. And I got my invite a day after I applied. So my suspicion is people are being invited in to participate. So what is Sunshine? It's a contact manager. And if you probably, Mikah, do you remember something called Plaxo? Does that ring a bell at all? So Plaxo. It was before your time probably. But it was a contact manager that people liked because the idea was it would go out and query your contacts, update it. It would keep your contacts updated. That's the biggest problem, right? You put somebody in your address book, and then they move or they change jobs or they change phone number, and you lose track of them. Keeping it up to date is a great idea, and there have been lots of ways to solve this. The problem with Plaxo was it ended up being very spammy. It would, people got furious at it. I tried Plaxo. I've tried a lot of things since. I use Card Hop now from the Fantastical folks. It does some of the same things. For instance, many modern contact managers, not Apple's, but others, will connect up your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your Twitter, and other things to try to pull in pictures and information. Facebook's a really good source for that. My problem is I don't use Facebook, so none of them anymore work for me. What happens with contacts, with Sunshine Contacts, is you give it access to your contact list from your iPhone. Notice it imported 2,512 contacts, but then, and it didn't happen instantly, over a period of weeks and days, it went through those, pruned out the duplicates. It's now gone from 2512 to 1152 without the duplicates. All the duplicates are now fixed, and even better, more than a third of them were enhanced by Sunshine. It also has, and when they enhance it, it's good. They add features.
Can you send me an invite?
Would you like an invite? I would love I could send you an invite if you know what? Maybe I can't. Make exchange info. That's kind of cool because you can have a business card. Let me, there, I'll show my business. So you can see I had a home, but you can have multiple business cards. This is my professional card, and it has my work address, my work phone number. That's why I don't mind showing this on the air. And then I could say, send this to Mikah. And by the way, it has Mikah because it has you. Look at the picture of you. Where did it get that from? That's an old picture of you.
I think that's my Gravatar, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. So it's going out and trying stuff. So now I'm going to exchange that information with you. That might be a way of inviting you. We'll see if you get an invite because the exchange really makes sense only within Sunshine. You can also make an intro, which I really like. How many times have you sent an email saying, hey, Joe, meet Fred. Fred's a good guy, and you two should get together. So this is one way to do that right within. You see it has a little introduce. So let's see. I should introduce. Let me introduce you to. I'll introduce you to Ant Pruitt. He's a really nice guy. You really should know this guy. Or, you know what? Maybe I don't have Ant in my. I don't. I said any, not any. The only Ant Pruitt. Let me see if he's in my address book. There he is. Let's not show his phone number. Oh, it's showing it. And I will send that to Mikey. I'm hiding this right now. Let me put it over here so I can do this. And then I've just sent you. It's going to send Ant's mobile number to your email, and it will share his email with you. So it does a little exchange. Okay, so I've just introduced Ant and Mikah. You can also add a contact, and that's very much like a standard. Although this is one thing I think you're going to like.
Oh, it's only 8.
Huh?
Yeah, it's sending me links to VCFs
Sunshine?
that I can download.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
I was just hoping that it would let me be part of the app, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can find a way.
But that's cool anyway. Yeah.
So this is cool. So add an account or add nearby. If you have Sunshine and it's running, and it will look for another person running Sunshine nearby and exchange via Bluetooth. So it's got a card exchange system built in, which is really kind of cool. Now, I suspect this is just the beginning. Let me see if I can show you my contact. Yeah, I could show you my contact list. So, because it doesn't have the information in it. So, if you would the home for some reason doesn't show a contact list. It shows birthdays. But if you show the contact list instead of home, then you can see all the people in your list. So it's pruned them, it's cleaned them up. All the duplicates, here's a couple. There's some duplicates left, but many of the duplicates have been cleaned up. I noticed it didn't happen right away. I suspect it's using AI. That's what they claim to try to improve the quality of your contact list. Marissa Meyer said one of the essential technologies that help us stay connected to those who matter most are the most antiquated. And that's a good point. Our contact lists systems are probably not as modern as some of the other stuff. So this is really cool. Sunshine Contacts. It was Lumi Labs. It is now Sunshine is the name of the company. And she says this is the first of many AI-based things they're going to do. If you want to sign up for an invite, like I said, I got one almost instantly, like within a day. So it might be worth trying. Go to sunshine.com. And put in your phone number. You can download the app now, but it won't do anything until you actually get an invite code. But as I said, I got one right away. I wouldn't normally talk about something that you couldn't get into.
Right.
But I suspect that this is a pretty wide open public beta. So, and I'm impressed. I think it did a good job cleaning up my contacts. Cool. Yeah. I love the idea.
I love...
If everybody was using
what you were saying,
yeah, we could just, here, send me your contact. Okay, cool. That would be really nice. So, by the way, they have a very strong privacy pledge. I'm always nervous about, and this is the thing we all got burned with this program called Plaxo, because it it's spammed basically everybody in our contact list. They've learned their lesson, and the privacy pledge is really good. You don't want to give your contacts to just anybody, because you're not just giving yourself up. You're giving everybody you know up, their phone number, their email, their address, to some strange company. So they say, we won't sell your data. We're committed to data security. I would read the privacy policy, obviously, for anything that asks you for your contacts. But this is, I'm impressed, and I'm curious to see what Marissa Meyer does with the rest of this. Sunshine.com to get an invite. Sunshine Contacts is my app cap of the week. Now, we should wrap this up.
It is time to say goodbye.
Yes, to all our family. We do this show every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, 1600 UTC. If you want to watch or listen live, you can. There's a stream at twit.tv/live. After the fact, you can get the show. It's very simple. Just go to the website, twit.tv/iOS. There's also an iOS Today channel on YouTube. You could watch it there. If you do, don't forget to subscribe and mash the bell so you get notifications when there's a new show. To me, that's kind of a complicated way of doing it. I know some people like to do it that way. To me, the best thing to do would be get a great podcast app. There's so many out there like Overcast and Pocket Casts and Slacker and Stitcher, and Apple and Google have their own podcast apps. Any one of them will do. And subscribe. That way you'll automatically get it. Once you subscribe to the shows, no cost. It'll just be downloaded the minute it's available, audio or video, your choice. And then you won't miss an episode. How can people ask us questions, Micah?
If you have questions that you want answered, you send those to iostoday@twit.tv. You can send them in text form, in audio form, in video form. If it's audio or video, try to keep it under 30 seconds so that we can not have to edit it down or anything like that. But we love answering your questions, and I do my darndest to really get you an answer, as you've seen. So please do send those in. We love to answer them here on the show.
Thank you, Micah Sargent. I'm Leo Laporte. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week on iOS Today.
On iOS Today. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm Jason Howell, host of Tech News Weekly here on twit.tv, along with my co-host, Micah Sargent. Each and every week, we talk to people who are making and breaking the tech news. It could be journalists writing amazing tech stories. It could be experts. It could be the sources of the stories themselves, developers, you name it. We bring them onto the show, and we talk to them about why their story is resonating with the world. You can watch and subscribe by going to twit.tv/TNW. Make sure you do that, and you won't miss a single episode. We'll see you there.